Hey guys, so today what we're going to be looking at is a little bit of the background behind some of the stuff that appears in Google Chrome. So you can see here we've got our stuff from our original My First Website, okay, which we made with this, and then if I can press function 12, this shows us exactly what is being displayed. And you can the beauty of this as well is you can hover over it and it shows you where it's appearing and things like that. So we can open up header and have a look at some of the stuff within that, and so all of this script here relates exactly back to what we were doing in VScode over here, okay? So hopefully we understand that and how that all fits together. Now what I've been mucking around with is getting ChatGPT or AI to produce some of these things. So you can see here I put in a very reasonable prompt for ChatGPT. So please generate HTML and CSS code for a website. This website is for a dinosaur game, which you might have seen on other YouTube videos or whatever, the dinosaur game that I've been making on GDevelop. You will need 3 pages, one main menu, one for the buying of the game, and finally one that gives details of the creator, okay? And then scrolling down, you see that it's broken up into the folder structure, the styles, the index, which is just that home page, main page, buying of it, and then the creator one, okay? So it breaks all of those down. Then you might, well, how do I put those into VS Code, okay? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go File, and I'm going to go Open, we'll go Recent, and we'll just do the one that I was mucking around with. So you can see here, so in terms of add our file, so we're adding our file, and then we're putting those different files in. So I start off with index and copied and pasted the code in from over here on our page. So I made those different folders, and then I started copying in our different code to those folders, okay? So then through that, what that's done is created a basic website here, okay? So if I go to our home page, welcome to oh, that hasn't enjoyed it. Hang on, what we'll do is we'll quickly go back to here. So the beauty of this again is if I right click, open with live server, and it'll open up here, okay? So having a look here, so we can got our buy now button, welcome to this. It is very, very basic though, so we could, obviously you need to have a bit of an understanding. So again, pressing F12, you need to have an understanding of those different parts and how they go together to actually create the game. So having a look at our header here, we've got our main text. So you've got to actually understand how these things go together for them to work, okay? So this script here, okay, having a little bit of a look, what's it doing, alright, where it's going. So session storage and stuff like that. So I don't understand fully all of those different things here, but what I do understand is the different piece for paragraph, as we spoke about the other day, the button that it's created down there, okay, which you can see Windows location, reference buy, so it'll take you to the buy page, okay. And then having a little bit more look at our header, okay, it's got our navigation bar, okay, and again, index HTML, so you see it's got that H reference. And so AI can be a really good learning tool for how things go together. So if we go back to our buy page, and we're having a look at our buy page here, okay. Now I guess one thing to notice from this is that it is all super duper basic. It has done the green with the different stuff there. It's given me a generic Twitter and stuff there. I've become Alex Stone, okay, which I guess is just a random one that has came to me. So now one other thing that I brought up here is having a look at a random game that I thought, well, why not, we'll have a look at this. So have a look here and you can see all the different things involved with this. So if we look at our header, different classes, they're all broken down. So have a look at our logo, but if we go to our nav bar, you can open that up and you see that it's broken down our different items, okay, so home, and then there, sneak peek, game. So we open up our home, alright, you see that it's nav link to home. So it has kind of broken it up same way that other ones would. You see here we've got our, where am I looking? Where's our body? So just trying to find our body now, so we can have a look at some of these. Oh, there we go. Images and stuff. You can see how that's broken down. You can always highlight over it, so you can want to see exactly how it's broken down. You can. On there, new content. Alright, and then opening that up. Alright, so if you want to ever see how the code's done, I think it's one of the beauties of this is you can have a look at how they've actually coded it all in, and what they've put there. You gotta open it all up. But yeah, so hopefully this has been a little bit helpful. I realised that we kind of went through the VScode stuff with the basics of what it was and putting it together, and I want to show a little bit of that background stuff. So you can also see here it's a little bit like gdevelop, so it opens up these tabs up the top so you can keep track of where they all fit within. One thing we didn't try to talk about before was the CSS side of it. You can see here that just like with, so if I go back to our index here, you can see here all of these are kind of reference to the different like how it actually wants it to be here. And we could have a play with some of this stuff. So you can see here, so we're going to our nav bar. Alright, so say we want to change these to, we could change the color of our nav bar. Alright, which would actually make more sense if, because the, I don't know, the stuff, and you see it's changed, well, it hasn't changed all of it there, background color. So if we go back over here, let's have a look at our background color is black, not green, but that might be for the button. So let's have a quick look there. Yeah, button background color. So let's change that to background as well. Another easy way to actually change that is to highlight this, and that way it will definitely be the same. It's meant to be the same. You change our actual background color. We change that to something different. But yeah, so we change that. Press Control S, then have a bit of a look. You can see there I've obviously made it really, really green. You see here I've changed the color of these here. Okay, so it's kind of just trying to show in depth how we can start off with some, let's change that back because that is god awful, that green color. We can kind of take some of the stuff, we can get a style, and we can get all the pages built by AI, but it's really important to know how all of this fits together from our stuff we were doing previously, or else you won't be able to actually change it and make it into something that looks half decent. So I mean, this is super duper basic. We want to change it. I'm not saying we want to change it all the way to this level here, but I think it's important to know, hey, we could be aiming for this, make sure we're getting some images and getting some decent stuff in there. So that's going to be our next step in our next video is, hey, how do we take some of the AI stuff and put our images in and actually make it starting to look really nice. We don't want just a black background, we want something decent in there. So hopefully this has been helpful, and hopefully this helped look at how we can combine these two things together to start making something that is going to look really nice.